Good afternoon. It is chilly in Alabama. Chilly, chilly, chilly. But inside the plant room we are 77 degrees at 86% humidity. It does feel muggy in here. It does. Foggers are off. They turned off a little bit ago, but everything's nice and green. Roots are open. It'll slow down here a little while. I'm using my telephone again because my camera bit the dust. But hopefully by this afternoon or tomorrow I'll have something to replace it with. Well, those little growths are coming out quick on those chinchou. Everybody looks real good. I came through and everybody got a good soaking this morning, just a good spray. I'm soaking them, letting them sit and soak about once every, I don't know, maybe once a week. Just a different group of them. I'll take a day and maybe or a day or two. Soak everybody and let everybody soak for 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Gets the pots nice and saturated. And then in between then, I've gone through, I've noticed if I do it about halfway between, after 2 or 3 days before and 2 or 3 days afterwards. I'm not sure what that is. I banged it or something. I'm taking my pump spray bottle and coming through and spraying everybody, soaking everybody really, really good. And I've got them adjusted so nobody's really dripping on anybody, nothing major. Most of them are up on the top shelves. The bottom shelf's pretty open, pretty bare. So I can move a few things around and let them soak real good. It falls down into the drip trays. I can go through and dump the drip trays pretty quick. The ones back here, I move those other pots out and suck it up with a sponge, pretty easy. The bromeliads are doing really well. I'm sure they're loving the humidity and the warmth. They look happy. The big bloom has even opened back up, stood back up and opened back up, so I'm really happy to have these again. They're really pretty plants. Mounts look good. And I set the room up so I could do this. I mean, the wall has there's a epoxy paint on the wall, there's epoxy paint on the floors, and everything is pressure treated wood, or from what I remember, so there shouldn't be any issues with spraying things in here. Shouldn't be any issues at all, and everything's been caulked and sealed. Remember I said I did a bunch of that before I started, when I was building it, putting everything together, or at least sealing it up. The room has been here for a while. That one's doing better. That poor thing got dropped during that hurricane move, and it got some leaves damaged, but nice new growths popping out. I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 nice new little growths. And I'm sure they're going to get successfully bigger. These are just flask babies. I'm so sorry. I hate this telephone. I hate using this phone. Lots of roots. I like this. This is not that far away from being able to take the string off of this, actually, and they'll be on there. They've got more roots, new roots, than the old ones. And once it outnumbers, the new roots are outnumbering the old ones that aren't really doing much. Like these, you can start to see all the new white roots, green tips really starting to come out. Once it snakes through there pretty good, then I can take the wires off and they'll be okay. Well, have a wonderful day. I'm really excited. You can really see the spikes really starting to extend out now. I'm only seeing 1, 2, 3. The other one that I thought was a spike, I think is the tip of an old spike. I don't know if they rebloom on spikes over. I'm not sure. I wouldn't think so. I think they put out a new spike all the time. But I don't know if it just extended just from hormones or what. Oh, great! There's some new roots coming out. Very nice, very nice. It stopped growing roots for a while and just kind of stayed dormant. I backed off the watering, which is what I read you're supposed to do. And it said it sometimes would trigger blooming, and I'm not sure if that's what caused it or just seasonal, but it's got 3 nice spikes coming out, and it's starting to grow roots again. It looks like. Yeah, definitely. There's a new root right there coming out the bottom. I think the humidity in here and 80-degree temperatures is definitely having something to do with it. No doubt. Because I'm noticing growth on just about everything. That one's really, really happy. That is a Brastville and a Dosa cross with Nadosa Remar? I don't know. It has never bloomed for me yet. I'm anticipating something happening. Young plant. That was a bag baby not that long ago, but I mean it's more than doubled in size this summer, since I got it about this past spring. Lots of new growth. The new roots are just buried up underneath all that. Shaky, I'm sorry. Camera work, horrible. Well, here's something very pretty. The Sherry Baby opened up. And it's just a pretty one. And the fragrance fills this room. It's kind of it's really odd. If you take it out and smell it, it smells more like chocolate. In here, it's kind of a weird blend because I've got that candy scent coming off that dendrobium over there, which for some reason, it's real faint around the flower, but you can smell it in the room. And I've still got some of those phals down there that are putting off that fragrance, and they're really, really pretty fragrance too. So it's kind of a weird combination that I'm getting in the room with everything combined. But the spike turned out real pretty. The plant's doing very well. The new growth that it's blooming from, oops, sorry about all that shaking, is the second one of this past year. The first one I accidentally broke off, and then here's another one that started coming out at the end of this past, I guess it was August or something. It's done really well, gotten some good size to it also. But very pretty one. Very pretty. I was real happy when I first got that plant. It had a spike on it, brought it home, we enjoyed it, and then of course I take it out of the pot. I waited till after it bloomed, and it blooms forever. It took probably 2 months before it started fading a little bit, and when I took it out of the pot at that time, there's not a single root in there. It's just a bunch of bulbs with just strings hanging off of them, dead strings. So it sat in a plastic container with just a little bit of water in, water culture like everybody does, and it started growing some roots out. I let it sit dry for a few days, and let it sit and wet for a day, and let it sit dry for a few days, and it started growing some roots out. And but it wouldn't sit stable in the plastic container, so I took a handful of pea gravel and threw it down in there to help it, give it something to stabilize it, and it started throwing roots out real fast then, all down into the gravel, and that's why it got stuck in that pot, and that's why it's full of pea gravel. And it just grew down into it and has gone crazy since. That was one of the things that kind of started this whole thing. I took some gravel and put it in the bottom of the containers, glass jars and stuff that I had plants in, because when I first started doing this and lost plants, rescues, brought them home, I was using water culture to get roots started, and I threw gravel in the bottom of them to stabilize them, and they went crazy in the gravel. So this is the result. This is the result of it. Anyway, I'm going to turn the fans back on, quit shaking you guys around, and get back to work. So far, I'm real happy with the room. It's working real well. Looks good. New plant. It's been sitting in the big room for, I guess, the last couple of weeks. I never showed it. It's Petra. It's a Croton called Petra. I watched a video on Tropical Plant Party, Jeff's channel. I love his channel. He's a great host and one of the most informative people I know on tropical plants. He has an incredible palm collection, and just the guy has great skills. Go watch his channel. Anyway, he did a great video a couple of weeks back on Crotons, and I forgot how beautiful plants these are, how easy they are to grow, how much color they add, and it looks great sitting in here. And it's very, very happy. It's growing already. In the past couple of weeks, it's growing. I repotted it a couple of days after I got it home. It has been sprayed 2 or 3 times with a systemic, and now it's in here. It's been looked over really, really well. I feel safe. I feel it's safe to be in here with everybody. Everybody in here has been sprayed and treated anyway, so And I'm continually looking. Anyway, new plant. Very, very nice. Thank you, Jeff. That's about it. I'm just checking things out, looking at stuff. I'm going to get busy. Turn the fans back on. Have a great day. Get out and work in your garden.